So, you want to grow sunchokes. Well, here's what I think after growing them for 2 years. So, as you can see, this is the amount of land that I used to grow my sunchokes this year, along with a little bit over yonder. So, I would call this maybe 20 square feet, and over there, I'd say maybe another 5 square feet, so 25 square feet. I got this many sunchokes. I'd call this maybe around 10 pounds. That is really good in my eyes. I'm honestly actually a little surprised that it performed this poorly. But it's way better than my potato harvest. In these rows that you can't see, a similar amount of space, almost actually double, I set aside for potatoes. I got screwed. I didn't even make back my harvest. And unlike these sunchokes, which was growing in betwixt this foxtail weed, they performed well. That's probably one of the contributors to my low yield. Would I recommend them to a novice gardener? No, I would not. If you are in a survival situation and you don't care about anything, yes, I 100% would. They are just about as good at performing as corn. But you see, another reason why they did so much better than potatoes, my soil is practically clay. I could probably refine this a little bit and end up with some pottery in the end if I fired it. This is a good reason why I wouldn't recommend them. That was a sunchoke tuber. And in betwixt all this, that single little tuber that I missed while harvesting is able to grow a new plant. I'm feeling around, seeing if I missed any larger tubers. That is another weed, just dandelion. Aha. See, I missed one. I'll have to get that later. That can make a new plant. That tiny little tuber could make a new plant. Looks like I missed some while gathering. I love these. I personally think that they taste great. But I want them to be better. One of the issues that causes the lost tubers are the stolons. So here's a really small plant. And as you can see, these stolons are fairly large. And if I were to pull this out of the ground normally, that would break off because these dry out at the ends. So I end up with tons of these tubers that can just potentially fall off. And if you miss a plant, this is a really small plant. They can get up to 15 feet tall. This one performed poorly as due to poor weed management. And yet it produced tubers. It produced 2. That's 2 more plants that can get 15 feet tall. Once again, small plant, large tuber. If I were to pull this up normally, instead I dug this out, easily comes out. You think, oh, I got no tubers off of it. No, you got some, maybe even more. And then this is a small plant, but not as small as others as I've shown you. You think you harvest them all, you got this little tuber right here. This can make a new plant. And this is just another really big stolon. This is not great for yields if you just pull it out of the ground. The best thing that I want to do is I want to make a variety that stolonizes less. One that actually has a good clumping variety. I also want to reduce inulin content. I'm thinking of genetically modifying them to produce no inulin at all and possibly replace that with starch, like a potato starch. Do I recommend these? They are a ton of fun to plant, as long as you don't mind the harvest.